Aqara has finally released their new smart lock, the U100, that works with Apple HomeKit, Matter, and supports Apple's HomeKey. It's the most affordable HomeKey smart lock on the market today, being half the cost of other HomeKey compatible smart locks, and has more features. But is it any good? Well, let's check out what makes this smart lock unique, some issues that I've experienced, like being locked out of my own house, the features you get in HomeKit, and if you should buy this smart lock. Now, Aqara did send me out their U100 smart lock for an unbiased review, and here's my honest thoughts. My name is Adam, and let's begin. The Aqara U100 smart lock replaces a single cylinder deadbolt lock and has a high quality, sleek, all metal modern design that looks really clean and minimalist. I'm a huge fan of this design and this really nice looking shadow gray color. On the inside features a thumb turn to manually control the lock, and this lock is powered by 4 AA batteries, rated for up to 8 months of usage when connecting over Zigbee using an Aqara hub. Now when it comes to features, this smart lock has lots of them, starting with the multiple ways that you can unlock or lock this smart lock. There's a matte keypad with beautiful and easy to read numbers that light up and make a sound as you press them. A 6 to 10 digit passcode can be created in the Aqara app, and you can create a single-use passcode that expires one time after it's used, and a temporary passcode valid between a certain time period. At the moment, you cannot create passcodes that repeat every week or every day or every other day. This feature will be available soon. Next is unlocking the door via a fingerprint, which works surprisingly well. It's very fast and highly accurate. This fingerprint works great, and I actually use it more than I thought I would. Up to 50 fingerprints can be stored on the lock, and the fingerprint data is stored locally. There's also NFC tags, which is good for kids or the elderly to use who may find it difficult to remember a password or to use their fingerprint. There's also swipe to lock, where you can just swipe your hand on the keypad to automatically lock the door. It's easier than having to remember which button to press to lock the door. There's 2 methods for an emergency backup: a USB-C port for powering the batteries when they're out of juice, though you will need to provide your own USB cable, and something like a power bank to power the batteries. There's a hidden key compartment that slides down, exposing the keyhole, and slides back up and snaps back into place. This is amazing. 2 keys are included in the box, and I would recommend having a key on your keyring so you don't get locked out of your house if your lock goes offline, which I did experience while using the smart lock. We'll come back to this. And finally, there's the ability to unlock or lock the door with an iPhone or an Apple Watch using HomeKey or the Apple Home app. As you can tell, there's many ways that you can unlock or lock this smart lock, allowing you to choose whichever option is most convenient for you. Speaking of convenience, another convenient feature that I found to be super helpful is the auto lock feature. This will automatically lock the door when the lock detects that the door is closed, which is helpful in case you forget to lock the door back after closing the door. Now, in order for this to work properly, the door must be flush with the door frame, and will not work properly if the door lock gets jammed whenever it's closed. Although this feature is still in the beta phase, it's worked really well for me with only a few minor quirks. If the door is open for a long period of time without being closed, say like if you're going in and out of the house and need to leave the door propped open, say like if you're bringing in groceries, I noticed that whenever you close the door will not auto lock back. It's like it times out or something. This happened to me, and I had to manually lock the door, then open the door and close it back for the auto lock to start working again. Overall, I'd say the auto lock feature works about 80 to 90% of the time and is incredibly fast for still being in the beta phase. If you don't want the door to lock automatically each time it's closed, you can use what's called a passage mode by pressing 00 plus the lock button. That will disable the auto lock feature and will re-enable after being manually locked. In the Aqara app, you're able to manage the settings for this lock and create passcodes and fingerprints for all the users. A single user can only add up to 10 fingerprints, 2 passwords, and 2 NFC devices. You can unlock or lock the door by pressing and holding this button at the bottom, though I wish you could just tap this button instead of having to long press, but that's just a minor gripe. Here you can see the battery life, the connection status, like Bluetooth, if it's connected to an Aqara hub, and if a security mode is enabled. You can view the logs, which is how the device was unlocked and at what time, either using HomeKit, manually with a key, a fingerprint, or when a code was created, and any alerts. And you can also view the data from past days as well. The Aqara app can send alerts about how a door was unlocked, like via a fingerprint, HomeKit, or manual key, but specific alerts cannot be configured. Keep in mind that without an Aqara hub, you'll only be able to control the lock and manage codes whenever you are near the lock via Bluetooth. With an Aqara hub, you can control this lock and manage codes remotely. You can use the Aqara Smart Lock in just the Apple Home app and not using the Aqara app by scanning the HomeKit code on the back of the inside faceplate, but you won't be able to use many other features that the Smart Lock has, like unlocking via fingerprint, auto lock, and recurring passcodes. Let's look at all the features that you get in the Apple Home app. Here you can see the lock tile in the Home app, and you can just tap on the lock icon to unlock it and to lock it back. Or you can press on the tile to access more settings. Here you can just swipe up to unlock the door and swipe down to lock the door. It's really fast to respond. I actually found it faster to respond than using Thread on the Schlage Encode Plus. You can change the icon of this lock and rename the lock if you want to. Here's the battery life percentage, more on this later. And next you'll see a section called Manage Access, which is where you can create and manage access codes. There's a section for residents. Now anybody you currently share your HomeKit home with will already have access to this lock in the Apple Home app, and you'll create an access code for them in the home settings. Then there's a section for guests, which is people you want to have the ability to only unlock your door and not be able to control any of your other devices in your smart home. You might use this for people like a babysitter, friends, or for an Airbnb. I'll create a dummy account here to show you how it works, and I'll name this guy Jim. Here you can choose to give access to certain locks, so maybe like only access to a front door and not a back door. Then the Home app will automatically randomly create an access code, or if you want, you can create your own. Just tap Change Access Code, and here you can customize your own 6 to 10 digit PIN. The codes in the Apple Home app cannot be set to recurrent. They are permanent and can only be enabled or disabled. An Apple Home Hub is required if you want to create and manage codes remotely. Otherwise, you can manage codes whenever you are near the lock via Bluetooth. If you want to control the smart lock remotely from the Apple Home app or use this lock in Apple Home automations, you will again need an Apple HomeKit hub. This will allow you to see remotely if your door is unlocked and lock it back to protect your house. Speaking of protection, using a case for your iPhone is a great way to protect your iPhone. And the cases by Casegoo, who is sponsoring this video, have one of the more unique cases that I've ever seen called the Magic Stand. Not only do these cases provide military grade drop protection and has excellent build quality, but it also has this hidden magnetic kickstand in the back. This kickstand can be adjusted to multiple angles and works in portrait mode. So I've turned my iPhone into a mini smart home dashboard right on my desk. And if I need to view a camera feed, that's not a problem, since I can just rotate the phone to landscape mode and tilt the kickstand back to view the live feed. This case is MagSafe compatible, so when my phone is low on battery, I can just attach my MagSafe charger and it'll automatically start charging. The cases by Casegoo come in different styles and colors for all iPhone models. And with a new payment method by Casegoo called Klarna, you can pay for your cases over time with no interest instead of paying for them all at once. And if you use my code AdamTechLife10 or use my link down in the description below, you can get 10% off your order. And a huge thanks to Casegoo for sponsoring this video. Now let's look at one of the best features that the Aqara Smart Lock has, and that is support for Apple HomeKey. Now, if you're not familiar with what HomeKey is, it essentially allows you to use your iPhone or Apple Watch to unlock your door just by tapping your device on the smart lock. This uses NFC or near field communication, which is the same technology that's used in Apple Pay. Keep in mind that not all HomeKit compatible smart locks support Apple HomeKey. A smart lock can work with HomeKit, but not support Apple HomeKey. The main difference is you won't be able to unlock your door from your phone or your Apple Watch without having to open up an app, and the ability to create and manage access codes in the Apple Home app. A digital key card appears in the Apple Wallet app, which is the same place that you store your credit cards and other cards that you can use with Apple Pay. It's important to note that home keys cannot be shared from the Wallet app. Only whenever you share your entire HomeKit home with somebody can use this HomeKey feature. There's a couple ways that you can unlock this door with HomeKey. You can choose to require Face ID or a passcode. For unlocking the door even faster, enable a feature called Express Mode, which allows you to just hold your iPhone or Apple Watch near the lock and the door lock will automatically unlock. Express Mode is an excellent and convenient way to unlock or even lock your door, especially if your hands are full and you don't have a free hand to get out your phone. With HomeKey enabled, you can still use the touchscreen keypad or fingerprint if you like to unlock or lock the door. The Home app can send you an alert when the door is unlocked, as well as the person's name who unlocked the door if a passcode that was created in the Home app or if the HomeKey was used. as well as receiving an alert on an Apple TV with the person's name. The Aqara U100 uses 4 AA batteries for power and is rated for up to 8 months of usage. Using features like HomeKey, controlling from the Apple Home app, or using passcodes will impact the battery life even more. After using the Aqara Smart Lock for about a week and using all the unlocking and locking methods, I am only at 99% battery left on this smart lock. With all this being said, there are only a few issues that I have had with this smart lock. The motor inside is very loud whenever the lock is unlocking or locking. It's definitely the loudest out of all the smart locks that I've tested, but because of how many features this smart lock has, I honestly don't mind it too much. Unfortunately, the Aqara smart lock did go offline at one point during my testing at a very inconvenient time while I was away, and I was not able to remotely unlock or lock the smart lock. I restarted my internet remotely, but the lock still did not come back online. The lock was paired to the Aqara M2 hub at this time, and I thought it was an issue with my hub, but none of my other Aqara devices like my Aqara contact sensor went offline, so I was quite confused. When I got home many hours later, the lock was still offline and I did not have the backup key with me or a USB-C cable as a backup method. So I was locked out of my own house. Thankfully, my wife was home at this time and was able to let me in. But if she was not at home, I honestly don't know how I would have gotten back into my house. Because of this scary experience, I carried the backup key with me wherever I go, because if this happens again, which it obviously should not, then at least I'll be more prepared. Now what you need to keep in mind is that this could happen with any smart lock, not just with Aqara. It could be with Schlage, it could be with August, it could be with Level Lock. This could happen to any smart lock. So it might just be a good idea to have a backup way to unlock your door just in case. That was the only bug that I've experienced with using the Aqara smart lock so far. Overall, if you're looking for an affordable smart lock that works with HomeKit, HomeKey, has passcodes, and even a fingerprint sensor, then the Aqara U100 smart lock is a great option. A couple videos ago, I mentioned that I'll be doing a 6-month review of the Schlage Encode Plus smart lock, but I have officially ditched the Schlage Encode Plus in favor of the Aqara smart lock, so I'll be doing a longer form review of the Aqara smart lock later on. What are your thoughts on the Aqara U100 smart lock? Let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see y'all in the next one.